Well, good morning, guys. Big A coming to you live. You know where I'm at. I'm on the Station Camp Greenway in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Hope you guys are having an awesome Monday. Get up. Let's get going. We got work to do. There's things out there we got to accomplish today. Well, hey, I got to be real honest with you. I'm running on adrenaline. I mean, absolutely. My hind end is absolutely wore out. I mean, like, I'm exhausted. Being out here on the Greenway is the last place on earth that I want to be this morning, but I've made a commitment. I gotta get in shape, get myself moving in the right direction. Let me tell you why I'm tired. I have spent 3 of the most absolute best days of the year at Tribe Riders. Jeff Goins put on an event that rocked my world. I'm just telling you, you gotta sign up for next year. And I'm not saying that because I don't get a quarter, not a single thin dime out of promoting that. But I want to tell you guys, you got to get off the couch. You got to get to these events. I heard people like Jeff Goins talking for hours and hours. And I had some unbelievable lunches and breakfast and dinners, hanging out, building those relationships that I talk about all the time. I couldn't sit here in 3 hours and tell you all the stuff that I learned. I heard great speakers like our very own Dan Miller. He crushed it. I mean, Dan brought the house down. Ryan Holiday, the author to The Obstacle is the Way, Ego is the Enemy. Countless books the guy has written. It was absolutely incredible. John Acuff, John lives here in Nashville also, and he spoke. Sean McCabe, he got up and crushed it. He's got a great book called Inbound. Man, I bought so many books. I'm ready to keep on going. The personal development, learning. And the guys that were there, we had a lot of guys from our mastermind there. We got to hang out, have lunch together and talk. Guys, I want to tell you how valuable it is to go to these. The things that you learn, the relationships you build. But I had lunch with a guy one day, and I want to tell you, it's the whole theme of what I want to talk about this morning. I had lunch one day with a guy. We'll call him Billy. That's not his name, but we'll call him Billy to protect the innocent. But Billy said he was looking for clarity. He said, I've been doing this other thing, you know, for 30 years, and I'm looking for clarity. Well, I had a word for Billy. You're not going to find clarity. You're not going to map this thing out and know exactly what it's going to look like to get started. How many of you out there today are looking for clarity? Oh, when I get this map and this strategy, when I get this thing down exactly like I know it's going to look, I'm not saying not plan. My Lord, we all need to plan. I'm not saying that, but if you think you're going to get it to a position to where you know exactly what it's going to look like and it's going to be safe and it's going to be secure, it ain't going to happen. I'm just telling you. When I started in the pawn shop business, I had no earthly idea that I was going to build and open one store and pay it off and then get the money. And here's what I learned to do. I quit opening the stores and I started buying them. I started buying our competition. You know, anyway, that's a whole nother story. But well, I guess it is part of the story. I learned something that I didn't know when I started. And so I went out and started buying the other stores and then ended up selling to a Fortune 500 company. But that wasn't on the plan. I didn't have clarity in that. I didn't know that's what I was going to do. Went on in the construction business. Instead of starting my own, I leveraged. I went in partners with a guy that had a great reputation, had a great name here in Nashville, and I leveraged that. Well, that wasn't the plan originally. I wasn't going to do that at all. Same way, I started View from the Top 4 years ago. Listen to this. I was going to coach 2 guys. I was going to have something to do because I retired, and I said, I'm going to coach 2 guys. That's what I was going to do. Well, somebody told me to get on podcast. I never even heard of a podcast. I said, I'll be happy to get on one. What is it? I'll get on there. That wasn't on the plan. I didn't have clarity. I didn't know that's the way I was going to market the business till I got in the game. Started. I'm getting attacked by a bunch of students here. Hold on for a second. What's up, guys? So that's a school right down the street here, so they're out running. That's what you need to be doing. Get up. What are you watching this video for? You need to be out exercising like these guys. But anyway, so I started this business, 2 guys I was going to coach. Well, now we have 9 mastermind groups. That wasn't even on the radar. I didn't even have a clue I was going to do mastermind groups when I started. Nonetheless, advertising on podcast, I didn't even know what a podcast was 4 years ago. Now we've done almost 500 interviews. All I'm saying is you don't know till you get in the game. That's why I titled this, Just Get in the game. And that's what I told Billy at lunch the other day. I said, man, you just got to launch. You just got to start. And here's what's so cool about Tribe Riders. Every guy that got up and spoke, Ryan Holiday's got half a dozen books, very successful. I forgot, he's selling a trillion books a month or something. And here's what everybody said. Jeff Goins said it, Ryan Holiday, John Acuff, Dan Miller, the list. We had 20 speakers. You should have heard these guys. Iterate. That was the word I heard over and over and over again, was iterate. And guys, that's what you've got to do. You got to launch. You got to get in the game and figure it out. Dan Miller brought all the stuff that he had started from the very beginning. One of them started out with a cassette tape or an 8-track. I don't remember which it was. Then it went to a DVD. And then he went to the digital product. And he showed us the series that he started. Well, he got in the game. He didn't know. He didn't know himself what he was doing when he started. But he iterated along the way. You're afraid you're going to fail because you don't have this master plan laid out. You're never going to have a master plan laid out because you don't know what you don't know. And you just got to get in the game. Get started. Don't do something reckless. I'm not suggesting that you go out here and jeopardize your family and throw them all under the bus and say, I'm going to do this come hell or high water. That's not what I'm saying. Be smart, but launch. Get in the game. Get started. You'll figure it out as you go. The other thing about these conferences, and Jeff's conference was amazing, you've got to invest the money. Listen, it was $300, okay? We spent 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I heard some of the most unbelievable speeches I've ever heard. I've got pages of notes. I could sit here for 3 hours, and I couldn't cover the things that I'm going to implement, 2 or 3 of those things. I'm not going to try to do them all because I know better. I know you can't do it. But you can't learn that stuff sitting at home. I'm begging people all the time, go to these conferences, get a coach, get in a mastermind group, get people around you, because the enemy to excellence, I say it all the time, is isolation. If you're not around these guys, how in the world can you build relationships? How in the world can you get new ideas? You can't do it. And I want to encourage you today to get in the game. Quit procrastinating. Quit putting it off. You're not going to get total clarity until you get your hind end in the game. So if you don't learn anything today from this walk, please launch. Let's get started. Iterate, and you'll learn as you go. Have a great day. I'm Big A, coming to you live from the Station Camp Greenway. I got to step it up and catch these young whippersnappers up ahead of me. We'll see y'all.